Good day to everyone, and in this video we will see the operating principle of transformer. Okay, so this in this video I will just give you a layman idea. Okay, what is exactly happening in the transformer and how do you always start studying transformer from the assumption of the ideal transformer. So first we will see what is the ideal transformer. See, ideal transformer is, see one thing always, see whenever you see is ideal anywhere written, one thing should always come to your mind is that there are no losses. So in transformer we have on two kinds of losses, that are your copper losses and your iron losses. So no losses implies that no core loss and no copper loss. So no copper loss implies that your windings do not have any resistance. Okay, winding do not have any resistance. Okay, so second one assumption is that your core has the infinite. Okay, my camera is not working, so we will finish this video with this thing only. Okay, no losses, and second one is that your transformer is the core of the transformer has infinite permeability. Okay, that is, it does not show any resistance to the flux lines. All the flux lines can easily pass through the core. Okay, and third thing is, see, this core has infinite permeability means that you do not require any magnetizing current. Okay, for the core to magnetize. Okay, so that is the meaning. So no requirement of magnetizing current. Okay, and the third thing we have for the ideal transformer is that no leakage flux. Okay, so these are the things we have for the ideal transformer. Okay, so to make the practical transformer, we start from these ideal transformer things and we remove them by adding some element. That is to compensate for losses in practical transformer, we will add a magnetizing branch for the core losses and this infinite permeability thing. And for the windings having resistance, so we will add some resistance in the winding. Okay, so that is the way. So we will see that in some other topic. So just in this video I want to give you a start, like whenever you think of transformer, these three things should always be clear in your mind, that what is your ideal transformer. Okay, so now let us see the dot polarity in the transformer. Okay, so see, this is your core. Okay, and these are your windings. Okay, and you have supplied the voltage here. Okay, you supply V. Okay, so it's given that your dot polarities are in this fashion. Okay, so what does this mean is, see, whenever the dot polarity is given in the question, you will not use any right hand rule to find the direction. Okay, always remember this point. Either in the question, if the dot polarity is not there, then only you need to use your right hand thumb rule. Okay, so if it is the dot polarities are given, then never use your right hand thumb rule. You will unnecessarily confuse yourself. So what does this mean is, let us say it is a positive half cycle of the V. Okay, this cycle we are seeing, and this is our source. So it is a positive half cycle. So this terminal, let us say plus. So the current will enter in this fashion. Okay, see, now the dot polarities means, see, if the dotted terminal of this winding is positive, then the dotted terminal of the secondary winding will also be positive. Okay, so that is the meaning. Okay, so if there is a load connected, then the polarity here will be in this fashion. Okay, okay, I hope you know this much of basic electrics. So in this thing you just need to remember, in the dot polarities case, just mark the same polarity windings. That is, if this side is dotted, then it is plus, then this side dotted terminal will also be plus. So if let us consider another case where our dotted is in this fashion, this side is dotted and this side is dotted. Okay, so this time your plus is this side. Okay, so this terminal will be plus, so your load polarities will be in this fashion. Okay, so that is what I meant to say. So never ever use your right hand rule when you are seeing the dot polarities of the transformer. Okay, so that is one thing. Now let us try to understand the basic concept of the working of the transformer, what is happening. So now let us see what is happening inside the transformer. See, when the current flows through this winding, the flux lines are produced. Okay, so let us say the flux line direction is in this fashion. Okay, see, I am not using right hand thumb rule to find the direction of the flux lines. Okay, but you can if you want to. See, if you apply the right hand thumb rule, your thumb will be pointing upwards and your finger will curl in the direction of the current. Okay, so your fingers are curling in this direction. Okay, and your thumb will be pointing upwards. Okay, so your flux lines will be this one. These flux lines will interact with this winding. Okay, here due to this interaction, this is a alternating flux. Okay, so the time varying flux when interacts with a winding, then the EMF will be produced in this winding. So this is the mutual induction. So due to this core only, your magnetic flux lines are transferred. All the magnetic flux lines are transferred to this side of the to this coil. Okay, so that is the main principle. So that is the concept of mutual induction in very layman language. Okay, and always remember, you never use your right hand thumb rule in the case when your dotted polarities are given. Here, just to make you understand, I have just given you a brief idea. Okay, and we could also see the formula for the EMF induced. Okay, so let us say your phi is phi m sine omega t. Okay, your E is equal to, we can say, is n d phi by dt. Okay, see, the EMF induced in any winding will be same if the flux in that winding, in all those windings, are same. That what I mean to say. See, the flux in this winding is, let us say, phi. The flux in this winding is, let us say, phi. So EMF induced in this winding and this winding will be same. If I make another winding here, then the flux induced in this winding is, the flux intersecting with this winding is phi. So the EMF induced will in this winding will also be E. Okay, so this E depends on the phi and the number of turns, and if the turns are same, then your E will be same in all the three windings. Okay, so that is also we need to remember. Okay, so just I'm giving for the sake of clarity, E is equal to n d phi by dt. Okay, and when you do this thing, so it will come out to be n phi m omega cos omega t. Okay, and it's minus, so you can use your minus sign here also. So it will come out, this will go to plus sign. I hope you know this. E is equal to minus n d phi by dt is the Faraday law, and with minus sign we adjust for the Lenz's law. Okay, so the term is n phi m omega cos omega t. Now E max will be when cos what, 0? Yes, E max will be at cos 0. Okay, so your expression will come out to be n phi m omega. Okay, and your ERMS will be your E max by root 2, because these are the sinusoidal functions. So n phi m omega by root 2. So your omega is 2 pi f phi m n by root 2. So this comes out to be 4.44 f phi m n. Okay, where phi m is the magnetic maximum flux, and it's usually represented by this thing, Bm, flux density, phi m by A. Okay, Bm remains constant for a core. Okay, it is assumed as a constant for a core. Okay, in all the problems, this much knowledge is sufficient, and you can use this equation for any machine. this gives the RMS value, always remember. And one more thing you should remember is that for three-phase machine, you put here N as three-phase turns. Okay, so let me write down for three-phase machine, you put N per phase. Okay, so that is something. So that is all about this video. From this video, you only need to understand the basic principle, that is your flux linking all the winding is same, then the EMF induced in all the winding is proportional to the number of turns in the winding. Okay, and if the flux and winding turns are same in all the windings that are on the core, and the same flux is passing through each and every winding, then your EMF will be the EMF induced in every winding is same. Okay. Okay, thank you. So this is the logic behind this whole, this is the takeaway from this whole video. Okay, thanks a lot. Please like, share, subscribe Electrical Diaries and visit our website for more.